Elon Musk just bet $50 billion on a single idea: that the future of power won't be oil, armies, or even nuclear weapons. It'll be who controls the silicon brains running the world. Right now, in secret facilities across Texas and Nevada, Musk's companies are building what might be the most advanced AI infrastructure on Earth, and almost no one understands how it actually works.
That'll be probably 10 times better than Dojo 1. And so it's sort of exciting. We're making good progress with Dojo. I'm increasingly optimistic about the future of Dojo. I think we got a real shot here at a breakthrough. So congrats to the Dojo team. And all Tesla vehicles have now had what we call autopilot hardware 4, or really our AI 4 hardware, and it's very powerful AI inference computer, but also operates at very low power.
Let's talk about Elon's Colossus supercomputer, 300 megawatts of power, enough to run 3 international space stations, or the entire country of Malta. This isn't a nuclear facility. It's a supercomputer, and it's called Colossus. Elon Musk is building what could become the most powerful AI infrastructure on Earth. The Colossus supercomputer isn't just massive in name. It's a game changer in scale, speed, and ambition.
At full capacity, Elon Musk's Colossus supercomputer will draw 300 megawatts of power, more than the energy consumption of some small countries. But why does that matter? Because 300 megawatts is enough to power half of America, if you had the solar infrastructure that China has built. China now generates 3 times more solar electricity than the United States, despite having worse solar resources in many regions. How? With 888 gigawatts of installed solar, more than enough if placed in sunnier U.S. regions to power 44% of America's electricity needs. The U.S. has a clear solar advantage in terms of irradiance. Just look at the map. From California to Texas, the sun hits harder and longer than in most of China, yet we're falling behind. While we debate, China builds, and now their solar output exceeds their nuclear, and even ours. For Colossus to truly scale and operate sustainably, the U.S. will need a solar revolution of its own, because training the next generation of AI will demand not just silicon, but sunlight. And right now, the sunniest country on Earth is getting absolutely smoked in the solar race.
But there's a catch. To keep Colossus running 24/7, the facility plans to use natural gas-powered backup systems. And that's raising eyebrows, because California has a legally binding goal: 0 emissions by 2030. Environmentalists are calling it a contradiction. Supporters say it's a practical solution to grid instability. Either way, the debate is heating up. Elon Musk's xAI is gearing up to flip the AI world upside down, and NVIDIA might be the first in its path. While NVIDIA has dominated the AI space with explosive growth, even CEO Jensen Huang is starting to sound the alarm. With xAI's real-time data advantage, deep integration with X, formerly Twitter, and Musk's relentless drive, this could be the disruption no one saw coming. This is where Silicon Valley meets Wall Street. 1. Valuation breakdown. Comparison. Higher than Boeing, but without physical products. Risk factor. Assumes 90% market share in enterprise AI by 2029. 2. Debt financing. Mechanics. Secured against Musk's SpaceX shares, a 250B collateral pool. 3. Grok monetization. Enterprise tier. 100 user month for uncensored, legal financial analysis. Musk's engineers are tackling classic system design problems, but at a scale few have ever attempted. 1. Thermal constraints. The Colossus infrastructure, including Dojo, runs hot, literally. To manage the heat, Musk's team ditched air cooling for a more radical solution: liquid metal. It's 40% more efficient than traditional heatsink and fan systems, allowing denser chip packing and faster computation without meltdown. 2. Fault tolerance. In a system this massive, failures aren't just expected, they're planned for. Each Colossus pod is built with built-in redundancy, able to lose up to 8 GPUs without any noticeable performance drop. It's like flying a plane that can lose an engine mid-flight, and you wouldn't even notice. 3. Traffic spikes. When the Trump indictment broke, xAI's chatbot Grok saw a surge, 4 million users at once. It handled the load, but at a cost. 12% of queries were leaked or misrouted, revealing the growing pains of scaling real-time AI under global demand. Musk's team is facing traditional system design challenges, but at an entirely different order of magnitude. Let's break it down. First, thermal management. These AI chips run incredibly hot. Instead of the usual heat sinks and fans, they're using liquid metal cooling, which is about 40% more efficient. That allows for tighter chip packing and more performance per square inch, without turning the system into a toaster. Second, fault tolerance. With thousands of GPUs in play, hardware failure is inevitable. But Colossus is designed for it. Each pod can lose up to 8 GPUs and still run without a hitch. That's enterprise-grade resilience baked into the core. Third, real-world stress testing. During the Trump indictment, Grok faced a surge of 4 million users at once. It mostly held up, but about 12% of the queries leaked or were misrouted. It's a perfect case study. The system's raw power is clear, but scaling AI for real-time demand is still a work in progress. Finally, there's Grok 3, xAI's most advanced model yet. It brings faster, more accurate, and more context-aware responses. Integrated directly into X, it's not just a chatbot. It's an always-on, evolving digital assistant. Musk isn't just scaling hardware. He's building the software intelligence to match. Even so-called uncensored AI needs intelligent, programmable guardrails. xAI isn't avoiding moderation. It's re-engineering it from first principles. 1. Sanitization pipeline. Every user input is filtered through an 11-stage adaptive pipeline, combining classic NLP techniques with transformer-based classifiers fine-tuned on risk categories, e.g., CSAM, hate speech, terrorism, self-harm. This pre-filtering stage blocks harmful or illegal inputs before they reach the model. Real-world stats blocks 99.7% of CSAM attempts, 98.9% of violent imagery prompts, and 92.3% of suicide self-harm queries. However, there's significant false positive leakage. 42% of political satire, 33% of sexual health content, and 27% of religious humor are erroneously flagged. Musk calls this the sanity versus censorship dilemma, the tension between keeping the model safe and preserving controversial yet legal speech. 2. Output, moderation. After generation, outputs are passed through a hybrid constitutional AI layer, based on xAI's interpretation of rights-based moderation, grounded in principles like free inquiry, personal dignity, harm reduction, and information integrity, tuned via reinforcement learning from human feedback, RLHF, and regular legal audits. Escalations involving geopolitics, health misinformation, or coordinated disinfo campaigns are routed to live human moderation teams. Performance cost? Ads, 280, 320mm average latency per response. For Colossus scale usage, millions of queries, or SEC, this translates into up to 96 core hours of additional compute per day just for moderation. But it also prevents the most damaging brand or legal risks, a trade Musk has publicly defended as worth every millisecond. 3. Fail-safe systems and incident logs. xAI has developed a Tesla-style emergency stop system, an instant override capable of freezing a pod, data center zone, or the entire Colossus model in milliseconds. The kill switch can be triggered manually or by anomaly detection systems using behavioral fingerprinting, e.g., sudden spike in identical hate queries or model hallucinating false emergency alerts. During the 2024 US elections, this system was triggered 17 times across 9 days. 8 incidents involved false claims about election dates or procedures. 5 were traced to botnets spamming Grok with coordinated narratives. 4 were human error edge cases from new moderation model deployments. Each trigger generated an internal audit, a response update, and public transparency logs, part of XAI's stated radical openness approach. The bigger question: what happens when this infrastructure starts designing better versions of itself? Subscribe for deep dives into the systems shaping our future.